Another great week last week. Boys are playing some good baseball. It's gritty baseball. It's tough. It starts with good starting pitching. And we got two really good starts in San Marcos. Going back before that, we got off to a rough start against Grambling, which was great to see us respond. And then had some guys come in and settle that down. We were able to score in the middle and kind of take control of that game to catapult us into the weekend. I thought Erman and LP are proven to be quite the formidable 1-2 punch. I call it walking through quicksand in a lightning storm. That's kind of what it's similar to. It's just heavy, and then all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. And thought the hitters were gritty all weekend, just 1 through 9 put together great at bats all weekend. Simo, can't say enough about the freshman. What a really, really good start. It's a shame his back spazzed up because that had complete game written all over it. And then Saturday, just had to find a way. And that's what happens, though, when you're winning. The expectation trumps ugly play a lot of times, and you just figure out a way to get it done. And so that's in our rearview mirror. Really good, well-coached Nichols team coming in tomorrow night. We'll start Marty, Jack Martinez, and go from there. And then, like Matty said, upstart ULM team had a big win this weekend over Coastal, a really good Coastal team that'll be coming in this weekend. First things first, though, that's a good Nichols team coming in. So today's a day off for us. We had Easter off, gave them today off. We've been traveling, playing a bunch. So they could rest up, that there's no school, anything like that. I'm sure they're on the golf course or doing something, but get away from baseball for a couple of days and then right back to work tomorrow night.
With all the recent winning, what's kind of the message to the team to kind of keep focus and remain consistent?
Well, there's not really a message as much as, look, let's focus on winning the freebie battle and having a great approach, being able to adjust, and approach wins. But you reach a point, been through this before with the 14 group, a little bit with the 13 group here and the 14 group, and that group I had at Sam Houston in 17, where you capture an audience. And, that's what we talked about going into Saturday's game. And I don't know if that was on their mind or not, but you reach a point where this started for us, but ultimately it's not about us anymore. There's somebody that'll cancel plans to watch our game today. There's somebody that'll live another week because we won. And I've witnessed that firsthand in my own family with the Astros, and just when people buy into a team and they grow up loving a team and you do something really, really good and really, really special, it's not about you. It's about, giving people something to believe in and rally around. And that's when it really gets fun.
Is Chase okay, and any update on Carson?
I think Chase will be fine. Carson's still day-to-day, although he is feeling better. He's throwing. We'll see how that shakes. I wouldn't be shocked to see him do something this weekend. But that shoulder's tricky, and we'll just see how he's feeling.
So how important is it going to be this weekend? I mean, obviously you don't know if you're going to be down 4-0 like you were against Grambling right off the bat occasionally, but to get more arms involved in the whole process, is that more of a trust factor? Is that more of an injury factor? What goes into all that?
Well, I think we've almost involved all of them, Kev. The guy that I was happy for was Moody, and I do need to do a better job of getting him out there. But like you said, it's a trust thing, and you've got to earn that trust, and it's not a one-time thing. I mean, it's you got to prove it, and I thought he looked tremendous. There's a couple of others over there that are in the midst of making adjustments. One guy that could be a shot in the arm for us, and we will get him back in the next couple of weeks, is J.R. Tillett, sinker ball and righty, that showed real well in spring training and in the fall as well. But he's just been banged up and on the shelf. He hasn't appeared yet. But I think we're using what we have available as good as we can use it right now until somebody just steps up and says, hey, leave me out there and we'll get it done.
What does JT need to do to be a part of that?
I think get comfortable with the adjustment that he's making. And I could have used him this weekend. Thought it best to have one more side day. And he was break, in case of emergency, break glass. He was that guy. Had that game gotten tied and, we had to start finding some guys, yeah. Murph is working, making a couple of adjustments, and they're all works in progress, and they're all capable of helping us. But sometimes you find the right hand, and you got to stick with it. But, and there's going to be a big but, we got 2 5-game weeks coming up in the near future as well.
So what is your approach on a Saturday, knowing that it is going to be probably a handful of arms trying to get you 27 runs? How do you approach that?
My initial approach was I wanted Marsh to give us everything he had and go as long as he could. And I knew it was going to be a tough ball game, just from what I knew was available. And I know that there's potential to shut him down. I also know there was potential for combustibility. And we were just a little too generous, just trying to go an inning at a time. And, I thought Moods came in and did a really good job for us. And Stephen Cash was doing great. We can't walk a lefty, left on left with 2 strikes and 2 outs and create an inning. And that's seemingly what we did there. At that juncture, I'm managing, A, to try to win the game, but B, I can't run out of pitching either, which is a real thing, especially if you're going to talk extra innings. And so when you get to the 9th, LP, that's his game to win or lose. We're going to win or lose right there. And you saw me, I don't know if you saw it, but it was kind of subtle. With 2 outs, I inserted Broussard into left for Higgs, just in case, because I didn't want to go to, and Higgs was due up first. So at that point, that's just a risk I wanted to take. Either we're going to win it or lose it right here. And because that's kind of where we were at. But yeah, I mean, a day like that can be tricky. You can navigate it, but to navigate that day, Dave, you've got to have everybody do their part. And I thought we did in spots, and then, we had some tough spots as well.
Coach, you like to talk about every game of baseball paying you back. You've won 11 straight. You've hit 20 before 10. Does it feel like the game's maybe paying you guys back a little bit here?
Well, I think we're being rewarded, honestly, for persevering and our work, our hard work, and our grit. And you're right, we do play the game the right way, and our boys respect the game, and we respect our opponents. And we try to put just a hard-working, gritty product on the field and let the cards fall where they may. And right now, they've been falling pretty good in our favor, although Sunday was tough. That was tough sledding out there. We didn't have a lot go our way. And move Lee in to take away a drag bunt. They hit a 110-mile-an-hour line drive right off his glove. We miss a strike 3 foul tip off Cheo's mitt. Just little things that it puts things in perspective, how everything's got to start falling your way to stay winning this many games in a row. But one common thread has been really good starting pitching and some good dudes out of the bullpen. But right there next to that has just been 1 through 9 just leaning on their pitching. And it's been we've just been tough outs for that stretch, and that's been able to cover up a lot for us.
You talked early on about Alexander's athletic ability, and we're starting to see some consistency with that.
Yeah, you are. What you're starting to see is you'll see the big swing and miss, and then as the at-bat goes on, it starts to get smaller and smaller and smaller, and he's making a lot of 2-strike contact, and it's hard contact, and man, can he fly. He made some plays in center field on Saturday that were just, and almost made a highlight. If he doesn't run into the wall, he's going to catch that ball. He's playing at a high level.
Is it too early, or I don't know if you're doing it, but like you won 11 games in a row, and yet the pressure's still on. I mean, you're thinking about RPI. You're having to pitch guys in midweek games because all these games are important. Still a lot of pressure.
Yeah, at our level, that pressure doesn't go away. And really, when you start spring training, just understand when the bell rings, that pressure is going to be there until you're done in some form or fashion, especially where you're a really good, in my opinion, top 25 team, but might not have quite the schedule that some of these others do. There's not as much room for error. And that's why my goatee's gray, and I'm probably getting a few gray hairs up here because it can be tough, right? To get done what you want to get done. But at the same time, you got to keep perspective and make sure these boys are having fun and playing hard and enjoy the ride too. The 11 wins in a row doesn't come around very often.
ULM and Nichols coming in. How important is it to keep the fans excited to keep coming out to these games to back up the team?
I think winning does all of that. And, what we have to do is play the schedule that's in front of us. And it doesn't matter the name. As long as we put a good product on the field that plays hard and respects the game, like I said, these Cajun fans will come out and go crazy for that.